Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Bigger Than Race, exposure to all things truth, whether you like it or not, with unique perspectives from different beings from all walks of life. This is Bigger Than Race. Investigate truth on your own terms. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Bigger Than Race. This is your boy Brando, aka Crypto Poppy, always bringing you the truth. Now, I have some very striking information about XRP. And when we talk about the powers that be put things in plain sight, this is exactly what I mean. And I don't understand how nobody has really come across this information and put it out to everybody in the XRP community. But I was blessed to have this information from a hidden source, a friend who does not want to be named. And I can understand that. So this is from Nathaniel C.J. Rothschild. And it's from a Twitter post. June 17th. They should tell this at Federal Reserve too, because they're also bankrupt. Oh, I forgot. They have 8,000 tons of gold in steel bunkers waiting for a gold standard. Additional 9,000 tons if they confiscate the gold of citizens and institutions, as has happened in the past. SEC told bankrupt Hertz it has issues with its plan to sell stock. Chairman J. Clayton. And then you have Mark Phillips that responded, a gold standard of digital currencies will emerge. Now, that is important. He's telling you what they're doing, what they're going to do, right here in plain sight. And like I said before, there's a spiritual law that you have to tell the people what you're going to do before you do it. I mean, look at this picture. This was just posted today. Sending money through the phone. All things digital, cashless society. This is the end goal. Here we have another tweet from Nathaniel C.J. Rothschild. The world is now in the final stage of credit expansion, which will lead to hyperinflation and total catastrophe of the currency system involved. Buy silver, gold, and XRP. Now, if you have the Rothschild telling you to buy XRP, silver, and gold, and you're not doing that, you are out of your damn mind. And this right here deserves a bomb. Boom! Well, listen to this. The Rothschilds, this is a family dynasty of bankers. They practically own the central banks of the world. They have an ancestor that was a temple knight. And don't forget, they work for Satan and the connections that they have to the Vatican. These are all proven facts. You might not know about them working for Satan, but please believe, if you understand the world, you understand that this is Satan's dominion. And he controls the people at the top. And everything trickles down to the people to the bottom. There's a hierarchy. And at the bottom of that hierarchy is the people like us. But I think we're a little bit higher than the masses that are underneath us, because we have a different understanding. We follow the money. We see what the rich are doing. And we move and operate like the rich. If the rich are buying XRP and precious metals, we gonna buy some goddamn XRP and precious metals. Can I get an amen? You must think like the wealthy in order for you to become that yourself. Now I'm already wealthy in knowledge, and I try to increase that knowledge and that wealth on a daily basis. Now, this also brings me to Christine Lagarde. Another tweet from Mr. Rothschild, Nathaniel C.J. Rothschild, introducing the technology pioneers at WEF. Miss Lagarde carries a bag full of XRP. This was in December of 2019. At Real Donald Trump, Trump talking with Chi, closed the deal. Nathaniel C.J. Rothschild, I think he's a smart one. You goddamn right Trump is a smart one. But see, everything is connected. I believe Trump does work for the evildoers, but he's a different breed of them. 6 degrees of separation. The truth is in plain sight. I've already showed you the connections with Kushner, his son-in-law. In the office building that they have, the address is starting with 666. No coincidences. Now, look at this here. This diagram. The migration of Euro and Sterling regions to ISO 20022. You have SWIFT. They're showing you all the way from 2019 to 2025. You can see what is happening if you have the eyes to see it. Everything is in plain sight. There's nothing that is not true that is not already put out in the world. You just have to have the eyes to see it. Let's look at what Nathaniel spoke about Bitcoin. This says, explain Bitcoin in a single tweet. Nathaniel C.J. Rothschild responded and said, loading. And that is exactly it. Even if you heard Brad Garlinghouse, he spoke about it. He gave you the example of Napster, and today we have Spotify and Apple Music. Where's Napster? It's dead. I don't buy Bitcoin because I know for a fact that it's going to zero. I don't know when. I don't know how, but I don't think it is going to last that long. When everybody says, oh, go this, buy that, I'm running the opposite way. Because there's another agenda for that reason. So the masses is going to buy Bitcoin, they're going to tank it, and then the masses is going to continue to be broke. They're not telling you to buy XRP, but Nathaniel C.J. Rothschild just told you to buy XRP, silver, and gold. So if you're out here talking bad about XRP, you are a dummy. If you're out here being a Bitcoin maxi, I think some of these Bitcoin maxis are even put in place in order to lead the sheep astray. If you can't think for yourself, you're not a real human being. You are a sheep. Now let's talk about Christine Lagarde. Remember the owl pin that she had ever so gently resting on her lapel, on her shoulder, just sitting there like it was her best friend. But what does owl mean? Means wisdom, yeah. But the owl, OWL, you know what that stands for? It's an acronym for One World Ledger. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I know this is information that has not been said before. I'm not that good. I could lie to you and say, oh, I discovered this myself. But as I mentioned before, I have a hidden source who wants to remain secret, who has presented me with this information. And I had to bring it to the XRP community. Now, I was so bullish by this Nathaniel C.J. Rothschild's tweet, I went and bought some more XRP today because I already know that the hyperinflation is going to kick in. Now, I want to also talk to you about this. Overtaking SWIFT is a short-term goal. Derivatives markets is where the money is made with trading. Hence, Vega. What we talk about, all the money? All the money. Remember, Ripple needs 195 countries in order for it to work. Hence, the OWL. One World Ledger. One World Ledger. OWL. OWL. So far, they have 5 corridors. Other 5 they are working on. 40 to 50 countries. Remember, the banking system is all connected. And this is from my friend who worked in a bank. We talk about all the money. All of the money. South African Reserve Bank, in consortium with 7 commercial banks, used Quorum. Quorum was created by J.P. Morgan, an enterprise-grade implementation of Ethereum to create a blockchain-based interbank system that processed the typical daily volume of payments with full confidentiality and finality in record time. Now, you see the connections. You see all of this is working. You got Ethereum. You got the Quorum blockchain. This even goes into Zenfin, because Zenfin was a fork, is a fork of Quorum, and it's connected to Ethereum, which is the hybrid blockchain, which is for the public and the private side. The private side is where all the banks do all their shady stuff, and they keep everything hidden. And then the public side is what they want you to see. It's just like the information they choose to share on the media. If 6 companies own all media outlets, news, radio, everything you see, hear, and read, then they can control what you see, what you hear, and what you don't see and what you don't hear. That's why I say the best knowledge is what's hidden. When they tell people to read in between the lines, the things that are not being said is what you need to pay attention to. If they're telling you to buy Bitcoin, well, why the hell am I going to buy Bitcoin? Let me see what else is behind Bitcoin that they're not saying. And he just told you. Nathaniel C.J. Rothschild told you to buy silver, gold, and XRP. But now if they confiscate the gold, which they probably will, they'll probably tell you, oh, so gold is at $2,000 right now. So what we're going to do is we're going to buy it at $4,000 from you. People are going, oh my God, that's more than I have right now. They're going to get all the gold, have all that extra 9,000 tons of gold. And then they're going to tell the people, bam, gold is now at $10,000. That's how these powers that be roll. They don't have an obligation to make you rich. They have an obligation to feed you an illusion. That's why the movie was created. They live, we sleep. Now, I'm not sleep, I'm woke. And I'm pretty sure if you're following this channel, we're on the same frequency of wokeness. Now, we must keep our eyes peeled because they are dropping the truth right in our very face. So if you have family, please try to share them to get some XRP. I mean, because hyperinflation is going to kick in. And when it does, shit gonna hit the fans. Now, I didn't want to make this a long video, so I'm gonna end it right here with a bomb. Boom! Investigate truth on your own terms.